Borussia Dortmund / Beth Albi, similar squad and transfers with or without European football next season. And yes, like it's 50-50 for Borussia Dortmund to be playing in a European competition next season. Like, yeah, the European competition, there'd be an amount of a bit more revenue for the club. But then Borussia Dortmund are playing the Club World Cup after the Bundesliga and Champions League, so there'll be a bit of revenue in from that. There'll still be the main revenue of in Stadium 81,000 sold out Signal Iduna Park / Westfalen Stadion, and over 200,000 members of the football club are top 3 for memberships in Europe. So, yeah, I'd say with that and Borussia Dortmund's squad and Borussia Dortmund's most valuable and talented players a bit in the squad, I'd say the squad after transfers next season would be similar with or without European football. As like I'd say Europa Conference League. I'd rather Borussia Dortmund play in the European competition than not. I'd rather Borussia Dortmund played in one than not. As all competitions, like if you're in another one, there's another chance in another competition. So I'd rather Borussia Dortmund played in Europa Conference League than not. But as 6th maybe for that in the Bundesliga this season, maybe. And that may be with the top 6, but that's 50-50. I'll say Borussia Dortmund may just about be 6th over the season, or they may just be one win short or so and finish more top 8. But yeah, the remaining league matches for it with that. And yeah, Borussia Dortmund, it's a utilise it enough or not season in matches this season. Like Borussia Dortmund Champions League final last season, 2 rounds further than predicted, and topped competitive group, and like 2 rounds further than predicted to the final, and won quite the quarterfinal beat Atletico, and yeah, quite the Champions League competition last season, and finished 5th in the league, but that mainly finishing 5th from drawing them out of away matches. Like lost more at home than away last season, but won more matches at home than away. So still having an amount of wins at home. Like it's still an amount away, but more of the wins still in the home matches last season. And in home and away matches last season, finished 5th last season, Borussia Dortmund in the league, but a Champions League final. But like Champions League final, quite something in the Champions League competition last season, but finished 5th in the Bundesliga last season, and finished 5th with 63 points, 33 points from home matches last season, and 30 points from away matches. For 63 points over the season, finished 5th in the league. But a Champions League final. So we're 2 rounds further than predicting the Champions League, then yeah, all right. But like this season, like utilise it enough or not. Borussia Dortmund on 32 points in 10th. 24 of the 32 points this season are from home matches and 8 points away. So Borussia Dortmund have 5 remaining home matches to maybe have more points from home matches than last season, but there's not enough away matches remaining to match last season's points from the away matches in the league. So, yeah. And I'd say potentially for that last European spot will be 51 plus points. So it's a bit 50-50. And yeah, so the remaining league matches, starting with Saturdays, Borussia Dortmund away to St. Pauli, then at home to Augsburg, then away to RB Leipzig, at home to Mainz, away to Freiburg, and then the Classico away to Bayern Munich, home to Borussia Mönchengladbach, away to Hoffenheim, at home to Wolfsburg, and then the last 2 league matches of the season, Bayer Leverkusen away and Holstein Kiel at home. And yeah, out of the remaining matches, like I'd say, like for Borussia Dortmund to finish top 6 for maybe a European competition rather than maybe top 8, I'd say that'd be like that. Maybe be with winning all of the 5 remaining home matches plus 1 to 2 away matches and maybe a draw or so away. So like 5 home wins, 2 away wins, and maybe a draw, or 4 home wins out of 5, and about 2 away wins and 2 draws away from home. So they'd probably be the best chance of Borussia Dortmund then top 6 rather than top 8. But yeah, I'd say from the remaining home matches, there's a chance of winning the 5 remaining home matches, but I'd say 2 of them are potentially competitive. Mainz and Borussia Mönchengladbach. I say they're the 2 potentially competitive home matches in the remaining matches. Like I'd say Mainz and Borussia Mönchengladbach, they may be those types of matches that they may be at 1-1 or 2-1, and it'll be Borussia Dortmund utilised enough to win this over the match, or not quite, and may draw it 1-1 or 2-1, or win it 2-1 or 3-2 over the match. I'd say those 2 are potentially those types of matches. Maybe like if Borussia Dortmund are winning 2-0 or 3-1 in like to 1 or 2 of those, and yeah, then that may be all right enough. But yeah, those 2 home matches for Borussia Dortmund at home to Mainz and Borussia Mönchengladbach are potentially competitive. Like Mainz are competitive and utilise an amount, and Borussia Mönchengladbach as well. And Borussia Mönchengladbach up to losing 3-0 to Augsburg, but Borussia Mönchengladbach had a player red carded at 0-0. Had won away a bit as well as points at home, and the Mainz are playing all right enough this season. So yes, and the other potential competitive matches, main matches for Borussia Dortmund, Freiburg away, like from the RB Leipzig, Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen away, like any win or draw type result from those 3, that's like additional points with this bit of the league. So like RB Leipzig away, lost to RB Leipzig away a bit in all competitions with the Bundesliga and DFB Pokal. So a draw in that with this bit of the league may be all right enough. Like Bayer Leverkusen away, Bayern Munich away, I'm saying that may be a 3-1 loss this season. Like the Classico's big on the match day for the club, but this season, Bayern Munich may potentially be close to retaining the Bundesliga trophy. RB Leipzig away, lost away to RB Leipzig a bit, so that may be a draw, a loss, maybe a loss. And away to Bayer Leverkusen, I'll say out of the 3, I'll say maybe a draw away to Bayer Leverkusen. Like Xabi Alonso, like Bayer Leverkusen utilising game management amount and play their football in Xabi's 3-4-2-1. But Bayern Munich may have won the Bundesliga by that match, maybe. So, but it'll be Bayer Leverkusen's last home league match of the season. But Bayer Leverkusen may have finished second for the season. So, yeah, just on that, there may be a chance for a point. But yeah, still, it beats utilised enough in that match for any sort of result. But yes, potential competitive away matches. So I'd say, like, there's 5 remaining home matches and 6 matches remaining away in the 11 remaining league matches for Borussia Dortmund. So then, like, with the away matches, like, it's sort of then split into 3 of 6, like, of the remaining away matches after RB Leipzig, Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen. That's split into 3 other away matches in a way of St. Pauli away on Saturday, potential competitive away match, Freiburg and Hoffenheim. St. Pauli away, if Borussia Dortmund utilise enough of the 3-0 win away to Sporting Lisbon and a 6-0 win at Union Berlin, I'll say maybe a 3-1 in that match. But if not, maybe a 1-1 draw. It's still a potentially competitive away match. St. Pauli, a competitive team, competitive match at Signal Iduna Park, Westfalenstadion of Borussia Dortmund v St. Pauli earlier in the season, with Serhou Guirassy scoring a late winner. And yeah, St. Pauli are close to points for another season in the Bundesliga. And I'd say Freiburg have a bit more to play for out of St. Pauli and Freiburg are the away matches. As I say, St. Pauli are close enough for points for another season in the Bundesliga, but that's still a potentially competitive match on Saturday. Freiburg away. Well, Freiburg winning 5-0 into Werder Bremen, and Freiburg are mainly points at home, but Freiburg winning 5-0 into Werder Bremen, like Vincenzo Grifo, one of the best free kicks in the league, like Ricicsu Doan on the wing, pacey in the box a bit to score, and yeah, they're a competitive match away, so that may be a win, draw, or loss. Bit 50-50 with that one. And the other remaining match away to Hoffenheim, I'll say maybe a 3-2 win for that. Hoffenheim have talented and have all right enough and talented attacking players, but I'll say if Borussia Dortmund utilise stuff, they may win that one 3-2. But it's the other 2 away ones of St. Pauli and Freiburg, I'd say potentially competitive. I'll say maybe win away St. Pauli, Freiburg, a bit more 50-50 with that. Like, Borussia Dortmund, if after 30 matches with 4 remaining, there's enough amount of points for maybe top 6 with the last 4 to play, I'd say the last 4 matches, if utilised enough, are potentially all right enough. Of Hoffenheim away, Wolfsburg at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, and Holstein Kiel at home. That's potentially an all right enough last 4 matches. But I'd say it's the matches just pre that and utilise enough of the points, enough of those pre-remaining those matches, that'll be of Borussia Dortmund maybe finishing top 6 over the season and in like the Conference League next season, or in the top 8 and no European football. So that's the remaining matches. And yeah, I'd say the squad would be similar start of next season and similar transfers. Like, so the squad, Gregor Kobel, Alexander Meyer. Alexander Meyer may still be the second keeper next season. Borussia Dortmund signed a keeper from Ajax, DM Ramji, and then loaned out to Copenhagen this season and Borussia Dortmund squad next season. So that may replace Gregor Kobel if Gregor Kobel sold. And yeah, with Borussia Dortmund probably distance from Champions League spots, that may be a player sold. Like, Gregor Kobel was one of the 4 best players over the competition last season for Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. Like, maybe the 4 best, like, Borussia Dortmund are right enough as a team in the Champions League competition last season anyway, but maybe the 4 best players over the competition, Gregor Kobel, Nico Slotterbeck, Mats Hummels and Julian Brandt. And yeah, with Gregor Kobel, I'd say be valued at like 30 to 35 plus million in like the European football market. Like, so that may be a player sold next season, maybe. Julian Rerson, this is the biggest club Julian Rerson's played for, so Rerson may be retained, same with Nico Schlotterbeck. Emre Can, yeah, I'd say maybe retained. He's more of a centre-back from this season, but maybe retained. Remy Bespaini, I'd say one of the best players this season. Maybe retained. Ronald Moranton, I'd say wait. He's okay. I'd say wait on a season with him. Niklas Su's a squad player, but Niko Kovac had Niklas Suda at Bayern Munich, and I'll say maybe at Borussia Dortmund, another season as a squad player. Jan Kuto's on loan from Man City, I'd say returns to Man City after a loan. Daniel Svensson's a loan to buy, so he's at Borussia Dortmund next season. Attacking type left back. Mugera Kabar. Yeah. Probably have to play more minutes. Pre-rating the player. Felipe Mane, I'd say the same. Player rated to maybe have potential. Midfielders, Pascal Gross. Yeah. Like Brighton are all right enough run club for a club of Brighton's size and have all right enough recruitment. But Borussia Dortmund are a bigger club than Brighton, club size-wise. So this is like the biggest club Pascal Gross has played for. But yeah, he's an all right enough player, picks the passes. I'd say he's maybe retained next season. Same with Marcel Sabitzer, Silay Ozcan, maybe. Felix Demetra injured a bit. Potential talent, but still a bit to play for that player. Giovanni Reina, I'd say 50-50. Talented player, but I'd say 50-50 to be in Borussia Dortmund squad next season. Kewell Waityen, may playing bits here and there or out on loan. And Julian Brandt, well, I'd say Gregor Kobel may or may not be sold next season. And I'd say the same with Julian Brandt. Brandt's probably in his best seasons as a player and one of the four best players for Borussia Dortmund to a Champions League final last season. And yeah, he'd be valued at about 35 million plus in Borussia Dortmund squad and European transfer market. And then the forward, Serhou Guirassy. Well, I'd say just from Guirassy top scorer in the Champions League pre the round of 16 with 10 goals. Like Borussia Dortmund signed Guirassy for 16 million a season from Stuttgart. But just with Serhou Guirassy as the Champions League's top scorer, just that, I'd say just from that, Guirassy is then probably valued at maybe like 30 plus million, just from like the top scorer in a Step 1 European competition, pre the round of 16 with 10 goals, probably valued at like, from that, probably 30 plus million. Like, so I'd say like Guirassy's maybe in his best season as a player and top scorer in the Champions League this season pre the round of 16. And then Jamie Gittins, one of the most talented wingers in Europe. Borussia Dortmund have an asking price of 85 million, but if Borussia Dortmund are not in Europe, is that a bit cheaper? But then that may still be like 40 to 60 million, maybe. Karim Adeyemi, yeah, maybe return next season. Same with Maximilian Bayer. Julian Duranville's rated to have talent. Same with Cole Campbell. Julian Hetwer in the squad. And yeah, so like from the squad and Borussia Dortmund's like top scorer forward Serhou Guirassy and other most valuable players and talented Jamie Gittins, like of Gregor Kobel, Julian Brandt, Jamie Gittins and Serhou Guirassy, selling those four with values of players on the European football transfer market, that's potentially sales of up to 185 million. Like maybe like about 145 to 185 million from player sales just with those players, if those players are sold. So there'd be a bit of a transfer budget, just a bit, if there's just an amount of percentage of those player sales for a transfer budget, just an amount of percentage of that, there'd be a bit of a transfer budget, plus the revenue from the Club World Cup. So But yeah, with Borussia Dortmund's squad and the most valuable players, top scorer forwards, Serhii Guirassy and Antti Gittins, I'd say with the squad of players, that's a similar squad of players like start of next season with or without European football, I'd say. Niko Kovac, so with that as well, I'd say with that as well, I'd say partly with that as well, Niko Kovac as manager, I'll say the club will wait quarter to half of next season, I'll say, as the club replacing Yuri Sahin as manager had a bit of like a sort of list of managers to manage the club just for the rest of this season type of deal, but Niko Kovac negotiated with Borussia Dortmund's board to have a full season added on the deal. So Niko Kovac is not on the deal as a manager just for the rest of the season. He's on a deal up to the finish of next season. So his deal is not the rest of the season that the board asked for to start with. He negotiated a longer deal than that. So Niko Kovac is on a deal up to the end of next season. So it's like season and a half, second half of this season, and then a full season next season. So just from that, I'll say partly with that, I'll say the club may wait on it with Niko Kovac for the first quarter to first half of next season. And then I'd say from that, that'll be more of Borussia Dortmund from that, like Borussia Dortmund season for next season. But yes, that's Borussia Dortmund similar squad and transfers with or without European football next season.